It's live. Good time. It's a damn good time. We're having a damn good time. And it's a podcast.
Man, I was hoping I was being sick with you.
Yeah. We didn't mind meld enough. Oh well.
Got mind meld.
The sun's gonna come in hard. It's gonna come in hard. It doesn't. You
lost
I don't know this song apparently.
There
we go.
There's a little drop. Teaser.
Yeah, well, it
What
doesn't
a
really
teaser.
come in hard as you describe a hard fucking song.
Coming hard.
I was starting a bit, but I thought the bit was going to go a different direction, but it still worked.
Yeah. Kind of
still
lost
works.
that bit.
All right. Anyways, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Steve Shaver,
Yeah, I'm Cody Adams.
and this is a Damn Good Time podcast.
Hit him with it.
Hit 'em with it. We're going to hit you with it today.
How we doing?
Dude, I'm doing great. I'm having myself a damn good time.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Let's turn these tunes down a little bit.
Guess I could have did that too. With
Yeah.
My soundboard.
Put your little knobs over there. You fucking
Yeah.
twisting little nippies.
We're all excited, feeling good. I mean, look at this. Look at this. If
Yeah.
you're looking at it, if you're just listening, sorry.
If you guys are watching, we got a little studio update.
Would you look at it?
We've got a wall.
Look at it.
Well,
Think of that.
we've always had a wall, but like we were talking last week after the show, we were saying like, you know what? Maybe this bit has ran a little too long. Yeah. Because we put up a shitty ass fucking just a bed sheet.
Bed sheet.
And
Black
then,
bed sheet.
and then blue taped a bunch of things to the wall. I mean, obviously, if you've watched, you've seen. But if you're new, we had check a couple episodes back. Actually, last episode, you'll see it.
Yeah.
You know, and we did that as a bit, and then we just didn't change it for a while.
We're like, what? It's always like we have the most well-lit plans when we're bullshitting.
yeah.
And then we never do any of them.
Yeah, and then we talked about, because we were even looking up, like, oh, this foam's like fucking only $30 on Amazon. And then after we talked that Saturday, I was like, looking at it, I was like, dude, it's just fucking $30. Just buy fucking $30. And then the funny thing is I put carpet tape, right? I found this shit at Lowe's, or no, at the Rural King.
The rural.
Yeah. And it was carpet tape, and it's made for rugs. And I'm like, fuck, that's got to be strong enough to hold up these light-ass fucking pieces of foam. And I don't know if, like, the foam just didn't stick good enough. Because I had it all up last Sunday. And then Monday I wake up early to catch a flight. I come back down to grab something out of this room, and I look, and it's all on the ground. All of it. Every single piece. Not even one motherfucker stayed up.
Not even one.
Yeah. So I don't know if, like, the foam, like relaxed or expanded, but it broke its seal.
You know, heating, cooling, things like that.
Something.
Affects glue and stickiness.
There was, which, you know, and the foam, I was like, who needs instructions on this? But it was like, you know, because it was like vacuum sealed in the baggies.
Yeah.
So it's like, let it expand. And it even said, like get it wet and then let it dry. I'm like, I don't have to do that.
You just probably should have did that.
Apparently I did have to do
Oh.
that because it was all on the floor. But then I came through yesterday with spray adhesive. Like the same shit you'd think of. You ever have to put a car headliner back up? You remember back in the 90s
Yeah, when
and the
it always
80s when they would
fall down.
always droop? Yeah, so you peel it back and you spray this fucking shit in there and you stick it back up.
Yeah.
That's basically what I used on that. And that's, well, it's lasted for 24 hours now. So
Yeah, we'll see
fingers
how-
crossed that it
We'll see
stays.
how she
Shit.
rolls.
There's a couple gaps, you know. Maybe able to see a little. I just need to get some black spray paint. Just fucking- the wall's already fucked.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's already fucked. I've even said, like, well, you know, because in the future we figure once the kids move out of the house, we'll probably sell this bitch and buy a cabin on the lake or something, you know?
Yeah.
You know, shrink down, downsize. We don't need all the rooms and all the space if we don't have kids. So when I go to sell it, I'll just, like, prop up a couple recliners in here and put a TV over there. I'm like, yeah, this is the movie theater room, you know? Like,
Hey, you know.
or we put a sex swing in the middle. Like, you know?
This is your fun room.
Yeah, we put the soundproof wall up so that the kids wouldn't hear us scream.
Just throw a bed in it and just be like,
Yeah.
Don't say anything, actually, because it's better. Because we were talking about this before the show, back when I was looking for houses. We looked at this house up on this ridge, and we went in the house, and down in the basement, there was like a weird little short door, and you open it up, and in there was nothing but these panels surrounding all four walls, and like a weird glass window that looked into another room.
I think it was even like cheaper shit too.
Yeah.
It was like the kind of like the egg crate looking foam,
Yeah.
you know, where it's all like nipples almost.
Yeah. And we're like, oh man, what do they use this room for? Like completely soundproof.
That's
like,
where people get raped.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're like, oh, maybe he was a musician. And we're like, I don't know. This is kind of a weird room.
But we were thinking like, oh, okay, a musician makes sense. And then once there was an explanation, we're like, then it stopped all the fun, you know.
Yeah.
So like you said, just put something weird in here and leave it up to their imagination, you know.
Just let me like, what the hell?
Or put a bunch of like toddler toys in here and shit, like kids' toys. Like, oh man, they just locked the kids in here and they're like, they didn't want to hear fucking being all noisy and shit.
Hey, you know, just let them think.
Right.
Keep them guessing.
Keep them guessing.
Keep them guessing.
Gotta, you
always.
know. Nobody needs to know your next move.
Absolutely not.
So what's been up with you this week? Anything cool? Anything fresh?
Nope.
Nope. Not really? Yeah.
No, it's kind of like this weird week where we're just, you know, getting ready for summer to hit, but it's like
Yeah.
not wanting to be here yet, which sucks.
Yeah.
Doing some yard projects, which suck.
Yeah.
I started digging a ditch last
That
week,
sucks.
and then I was like, I'm gonna dig this ditch again today, and then I found an old pipe, and then I had to dig this old pipe out, and then I ran out of time because I needed to come here, and I'm like,
Yeah.
son of a bitch, now I got a whole project I started in
Yeah.
a big open ditch, and I'm like, then I want to bury a pipe in, and I'm like, oh God.
I already want to put a pipe there. Why is there a pipe if I want
Yeah.
to put a pipe?
Yeah.
Now I got two pipes.
And it's a stupid pipe. So, you know, just one of those things where you start a project and then it goes into 6 projects.
Yeah. Snowballs into oblivion. And you're like, I should have just never done it. Should have just stopped.
Yeah. So just, you know, leave it to the professionals.
Right.
But no, I'm going to do it. So, all good. Other than that,
Well, it's like it kind of goes with that saying, like, I'm too broke to be lazy, you know?
exactly.
It's like, oh, I could let the professionals do this, but I can't. I don't have that kind of money. I mean, you probably could afford it, but at the same rate, it's like, but I could spend that. Let's say it was $500, and I don't know how much it costs to dig a ditch.
Yeah. I mean, there's not.
Even if it's
depends. It depends.
Yeah,
right?
even if it's $100, it's like, well, there's probably way cooler things I could spend that $100 on, and I could just not be a lazy asshole and go dig the fucking ditch,
Right.
you know?
There's a lot of construction in my neighborhood right now, and I know there's somebody with like a mini Bobcat coming in. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'd probably give that guy like $20 and he'd come over, just go
Fucking yeah.
take a couple swipes and be done.
Yeah, it'll take you 15 minutes, you know?
If that.
Yeah.
Rip that pipe out for me. Thanks. Bye.
Basically, I'll give you $80 an hour, but you're going to do it in 15.
Right,
minutes,
right.
So
But it's going to take me an hour to dig it by hand.
yeah.
So I'm like, But anyway, I mean, there's a whole flower bed over there too. I wanted to dig out and redo and kind of mulch and maybe plant something there. I don't know. So
Something cool.
yeah. And I'm just kind of getting in that mode where it's like, yeah, it's getting there.
Yeah.
We're so close,
Yeah.
and it won't stop raining.
Yeah, and it won't stop being chilly.
Yeah,
Because it's a beautiful day out today, but it's only like 50-some degrees.
yeah. It's just we're just there, you know.
Yeah.
So you're getting the good vibes, but you're also a little bit on the down vibes. So
Well, then, since I traveled for it, I was just in Oklahoma, and it was like 80, 90 degrees there, and I'm like, this is what we need. You know, so then I get antsy, and then I come home to 50. It's like, fuck, dude.
it's your fault.
Yeah. Well, because I'm down there, and I'm like, oh, man, it's 80, 90 degrees. It's like fucking spring's here. This is awesome. I'm so ready for the summer. What's the weather going to be like at home this weekend? I'm going to do so much things. And then I look at it like, I'm going to do no things.
I'm gonna do nothing. Yeah.
I'm not going to do any of that shit because it's not fucking warm yet.
How was the state of Oklahoma?
It's not that cool. It's almost like extra Texas,
Yeah.
except they don't know how to barbecue there.
Okay.
I had some shitty brisket, some shitty barbecue. One thing that I ate, it's my mistake, but they had smoked bologna on the menu. So I got like the 3 meat platter. I got the smoked bologna, I got the brisket, and then I got these jalapeno hot links. And I don't know what I was expecting, but I've never tried smoked bologna before, but it's exactly what the fuck you think it is. It's not good, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but I was curious, and I was like, oh, I don't know what the fuck I expected. Like, it wasn't great. And then the brisket was just like dry. It was the fatty part of it too. But those jalapeno hot links were dope.
Okay.
Those were dope.
I
So-
mean, you know, it's just like sausage. You can't go wrong with sausage. I
Yeah.
feel like it's pretty hard to screw up.
Unless you overcook it or
Yeah.
dry, you know, or if the casing breaks and then you let it sit there and leak out all the juices
Yeah.
and stuff.
you don't have enough fat into it to make
Yeah.
it like a tasty sausage. But yeah,
Yeah, but that food was good. It was decent. And then we ate a bunch of chains because there was nothing really else to go to, you know?
yeah. I'm like trying to think of something that
There's a whole-
Oklahoma's famous for.
There's
and
a
I'm
whole
like,
lot of nothing in
Oklahoma
Oklahoma.
Annie.
Yeah.
Like I said, what else pops in my mind? I just don't know.
Tornadoes?
Tornadoes.
Tornadoes, yeah. They're part of that, like
Tornado
like,
Alley.
yeah, Kansas and all them. They get a lot of naders, and even when we landed, because I actually went with it was a two man trip this time, and so we had to like rebuild this whole fucking machine. That day sucked, but either way, when we land in Oklahoma. Normally in airports, you see signs like rental cars this way, and we couldn't see any fucking signs. So I went to the information desk. It's right there by baggage claim, and I was like, "Hey, where's the rental car garage?" And the guy's like, "No rental cars here." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "You want rental cars?" I'm like, "Yeah. Where is the rental car garage?" He's like, "Oh, the rental car garage. You gotta go down here, go down this way, and then you take a left. You go out there, the big blue bus. You're gonna take that big blue bus over the rental car garage." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." He's like, "Yeah, you got to get on the shuttle, though. It's a big blue bus." I'm like, "All right, thanks." He's like, "All right, y'all have yourselves a good day now." I'm like, "Yeah, thanks, man. You too. Be careful of the storm tonight." I was like, "What the fuck cartoon am I living in right
I'm
now,
like,
dude?"
who is this guy? What?
You know, and not to be insensitive, but he seemed a little off, obviously.
Yeah. was this Bobby Boucher?
He seemed a little Boucher-ish, but maybe a little more cowboy. You know, not so like Farmer Fran from Waterboy, but yeah, he seemed like, you know, he was a little slower or something, but it's
Gotcha.
fine, you know.
Yeah.
But it was just funny because, you know, he just had that kind of high pitched, twangy cartoon voice. I was like, what the fuck? And then even like. And like I said, when I brought up the tornadoes, because they had like big tornado warnings and shit, because there's supposed to be a big storm. It went north of us, so I didn't notice any of it. But it was just funny. He's like, "Be careful of the storm tonight." I was like, "Okay, thanks, bro." Like,
So was everything just more flat there? Because I know that's kind of why it's like tornado out, because it's more flat layout everywhere.
it is. It's very flat. They do kind of have some little rolling hills. You know, not like. I don't know if you've ever been to North Dakota or anybody's been to North Dakota. That's flat as fuck. Like, you can see the joke up there is like you can watch your dog run away for the next 3 days. Like, that's how fucking flat it is.
Yeah.
I'd say it almost reminded me like kind of Toledo-ish,
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
you know, because it is flat up there, but you got a little bit more of the rolling hills and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of Toledo-ish except for, you know, warmer and
Yeah. Oh, of course.
red dirt too. Like, I don't know what it is about the South where they have all that. You know, that's
Tie
what
and iron.
That's what them country singers always sing about, is them red dirt roads.
Red Dirt Road.
Yeah. And then cows everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
We even came across, we were driving we hit a road closure, and Google Maps took us these super back ass roads, like in the middle of people's farms, dirt roads type thing, red dirt roads, you know?
Yeah.
Makes me want to take the back roads, you know, type shit. And then there's a little calf just standing in the middle of the fucking road. And the dude I was with was driving, and I was like, "Hey, do you think we should stop?" I'm like, it's because you see the cows are right there, the calf's in the road, there's the house. So we went up, banged on the door, nobody answered. But then, like, I'm glad they didn't answer, because I turned around and the calf like went off the road and back into the fence. And then with the other cows, we're like, "Oh, it's cool. Calf made it in. We're fine. We can leave." And then we're looking. It's like I couldn't even see, like, this calf just ghosted itself, just like apparition through a wall into the fucking fence, because there was no hole. You know, and I even watched him like walk at the fence and just walk through. It's not like he got down and went under or anything. It's like he just walked through a hole. And I was wondering, because I was even thinking like, well, if there's a hole there, maybe I can at least, like, you know, if there's a stick or something, put it in front of it, keep him from getting out. But But no, like the fence looked fucking fine. I was like, how the fuck did this calf even make it out?
It's the smartest calf ever. Maybe he just
Yeah.
like stepped over the fence and like slung his body in. Who knows?
Yeah, but I don't know.
I mean, it's only normally like 3 pieces of wire. Like,
Yeah,
holding
and
them out. It's
that's
like-
exactly what it was. But like,
Yeah.
but like I said, I didn't see him like arm and crawl under it or anything. He just kind of walked through. So I don't know.
Ghost cow.
Ghost cow. Yeah, that's exactly what it
It
was.
was a ghost cow for sure.
Yeah, I should have ate him.
Like, come here with your ghost meat.
Yeah, look at that ghost meat. I want some ghost veal.
And then you would have a ghost poop.
Yeah.
You'd be on the toilet and be like, wait a minute. I don't even have to wipe.
Yeah. Those are the best kind.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, other than that was a very normal trip. Not a whole lot, other than having to rebuild a bunch of shit because we didn't update our machine and other than doing all that. And I was like hunched over and wiring,
Yeah.
upside down and crawling around and shit. And then my back hurt the next day. But other than that, it was a normal fucking trip. No great food, no great sights, nothing really cool. You know, it
Screw
was,
you, Oklahoma.
Yeah, it was a lot in Oklahoma.
I'm sure there's parts of Oklahoma that are fun, but you know.
Yeah, because so when we went to on Thursday, we went and stayed by the airport, because we were flying out Friday morning, and the city seemed like Oklahoma City seemed cool, you know, like any
Yeah.
other big city.
Right.
There's a lot more to do there, but when you're out in the other parts of Oklahoma, there ain't shit.
I'm sure people are like, what are you doing in Ohio? Did you go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or the Football Hall of Fame? And
Yeah.
then that's pretty much like, I mean, I think Cleveland and Columbus are pretty well known just because of sports teams and things. But
Yeah,
what's Oklahoma got? The Oklahoma Jazz or whatever?
they got the Utah's Jazz.
Yeah, Utah Jazz. Sorry.
Oklahoma City's basketball team is the Thunder, I do believe.
Yeah, it sounds right.
But besides that, they don't have any football.
No, like the
Oh,
whole,
they got OSU's a good college team.
yeah, the whole central part of the United States. There's like nothing. There's no
Yeah.
football teams. There's not really anything like a lot of college, and you get a lot of big college teams coming out of there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Sooners, Oklahoma Sooners, they're a
Sooners.
big college team. But yeah, it's just one of those states where I feel like it's like, okay.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, and I've heard all these uppity bitches from big cities and popular areas from like New York and L.A. and all this, and they always refer to the flyover states.
Yeah.
And Oklahoma's definitely one of those, like Nebraska, Kansas. I think we're even kind of considered a flyover state. Even when you get into like Illinois and Indiana and shit. And I don't turn my nose up to them like, oh, the flyover states. But like when you drive through them, it sucks.
Right. Yeah.
I'd rather fly over them than drive through them because there's fucking nothing.
Yeah. If
Just-
there's a reason you got to drive through Ohio, it takes a long time
Yep.
to drive through Ohio. It's a
Yep.
big, wide state. It's no Texas, but it's like
Yeah.
a big, wide state. And I feel like if you're not bordering an ocean, nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck.
It's like we got the Great Lakes. We got
Yeah.
Um,
We got cool shit. Well, that's why there's cool shit around the lakes, though. But like down here, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
right.
Like, I feel like we got some cool, and it's one of those things, too, in our area. We probably, to any outsiders, like, oh, you guys have fucking nothing around here. Like, oh, no, we've got some things.
Yeah.
But because we're proud of the fact that we're from here. But at the same right, like, if this was a town that I visited, like, oh, man, they got like, oh, there's a B-dubs in Philly.
Well, I've had a lot of people come to our lake, Atwood Lake, and be like, "Oh, let's and check it out." Especially when the Live Festival came in, they're like,
Yeah.
"This is freaking beautiful! Like, this is a whole lake just surrounded by like pine trees and sporadic houses. It's not like just
Yeah.
houses stacked on top of each other. It's like it's like you're in the woods the whole time you're out there. It's like this is just like scenic as shit.
Right.
It's a man-made lake, and yeah, it's muddy water because it's man-made, and it's just there's not a bunch of rocks and stuff. It's not a
Right.
natural thing.
Yeah, it's not clear because it's filtered by earth because it's been there forever.
Right.
It's
But people
we
still
put it
like-
there, so it's muddy. It's
Yeah.
mucky.
But being out there is it's really serene.
And I've had some people I talked to, like, oh yeah, we got a boat out on Atwood, and they're like, oh, Atwood, isn't it like This water's gross. I'm like, fuck, you don't talk about my lake like that. You know, like I get defensive. It's like, that's my lake. I fucking love that lake. I'm going to die on that lake, you know?
It was just man-made, so it's muddy.
Yeah.
But everybody has this thought in their head that, like, it's gross because all that happens are people are out there peeing in it, and it's like it is always flowing. It's a nonstop flowing. There's water coming in from streams. There's
So
water coming
if
running.
anything, it's going to be fresher.
And it's going out, coming in, going out, coming in,
Turns up
going
a
out.
little dirt.
Yeah,
It just turns up a little
turn a
dirt.
little mud.
God made dirt don't hurt. God made dirt don't hurt. Remember that shit when you were little? Like somebody dropped a piece of candy or something like, ew, that's going to be dirty. Like, oh, God made dirt and dirt don't hurt. Like,
It's going to help your immune system.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, there are a few times, though, that I've been out at that lake and I was like, and I get a kind of like a cold or a scratchy throat the other day. Like, I must have got a little too much lake water in my mouth.
I mean,
It's like,
it's better if it's raining and it's constantly flowing.
Yeah.
And when it's stale, that's probably the worst thing. Yeah.
or even last year.
There's still bacteria.
Last year, I couldn't hear out of my right ear for a minute. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And it just felt like there's water in there constantly. So I went to the doctor. They pulled this big old fucking gunk of earwax out. And I'm wondering, like, oh, was my ear trying to make a pearl? Like, did I get some sand in there or something?
And my son just had that.
Yeah.
So we just took Jack and Charlotte, my twins, up to the ear, throat, eye doctor, whatever.
Yeah,
up
ENT, ear,
ENT,
nose, and throat.
Yep. Up at Akron Children's Hospital. And it was just kind of like an extra routine checkup.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not extra. I don't know. Everybody probably does it, but I don't, whatever.
It's just one of those things where it's like, we're going to do more than what a regular doctor is going to do.
Charlotte passed 110%, like sound. And, like she's like looking around. She's doing everything.
That's why she
perfect.
listens to you.
Yeah. Jack, one ear he had a big blockage in it, and that's what they went in there and they pulled a big thing of earwax out of him.
Yeah.
They're like, it just happens. So now we got to give him some Flonase up the nose and
Gotcha.
make sure that all clears out, so he doesn't have to get tubes or anything, because that's pretty common too for them to put tubes in. But
Yeah, you get tubes put in even if you get like a lot of earaches and shit too.
yeah.
I feel like that definitely wasn't a thing back in the day because I had earaches all the fucking time and I never got no tubes.
Yeah.
Either that or we also didn't have health insurance, so I didn't go to the doctor for much.
Yeah.
Like we just didn't go. We were just
Right,
like, you'll be fine.
Yeah, so we did that because it's like the first step to make sure that we found that out, so that was good.
Right.
It's the first step, and then you can do like speech therapy if they're not talking much or whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like our kids are coming along pretty well. So
Yeah.
I mean, they're not at level some kids their age are, but they're also twins, and it's like they kind of develop their own little code
And
language.
They sit there and just listen for the longest time. And then all of a sudden they start talking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like all of a sudden it's like, holy fuck! Like, how do you even know how to form that sentence? Like, where did that come from? Like, Father, I think you might have had too much to drink. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, where did that come from?
Can I have a
Yesterday you couldn't even say poop. Like, now you're judging me? Like,
But yeah, so yeah, the ear thing,
yeah,
just happens.
it does. It does. You get some gunk in there.
Yeah, I had a Q-tip in there once. So
Yeah, I do remember you. I think we might have covered this
I think we did before.
on a podcast when I got mine out, and you're like, yeah, this is all coming back to me now.
I had a Q-tip break off in there, and apparently I didn't realize it
Yeah.
till I kept swimming, and I was like, my ear keeps getting plugged up.
Well, that's the other thing. God, we might have talked about this already before, but
Who
still,
cares?
that's the other thing. Like I didn't realize that you're not supposed to shove Q-tips into your ear.
That's what they say. But,
It's only supposed to be for the outside. You're not supposed to do anything to the inside of your
yeah,
ear.
but it's so nice.
Oh God, it feels so good.
Yeah.
It feels so, and like I know why dogs like getting their ears rubbed now. Because once I get that Q-tip in there, like my eyes roll back in my head. And shit.
Yeah.
If I go too far, it makes me cough.
Yeah, it hurts. Yeah. Don't want to hit the eardrum.
I literally sit there and start coughing. Like, why am I coughing? Because it's something in my ear.
But now I feel a lot. You see a lot of the videos where they're like shoving a Q-tip way too far and it's like busting through the eardrum. It's like, who does that?
I don't know. I get that bitch halfway in there.
And now they're like, oh, here's a camera and you can like go in and look at it and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then I have a little squirt bottle thing too. You can spray water back in and clear it out. But you want some earwax. Earwax is important. You
It's-
need earwax.
It protects
in your
things.
ear. Yeah, it keeps dirt and dust from going back in your ear and like clogging it up.
You just don't want to build up.
No,
You just want a little bit.
you don't want that deep buildup. But yeah, anyways, earwax.
Earwax is dope. Mine's all like brown and orange and shit. What color's yours?
It's just normally like yellowish.
Kind of
orange,
yellowish.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
mine gets dark.
Cheddar butter.
I make that dark wax, bro. I don't know if that's something to brag about, but I feel like I was just bragging. Shit, dude, I make that fucking dark wax, bro.
Make that
Like
dark wax.
your shit's light skin. You got that light skin wax, dude. I got that dark shit, dude.
So I got a fun recent story for us.
What's up? What's up with this story?
So this is a very local thing that happened in my area where I live. A 39-year-old man, which is my age, and I'm pretty sure this is a kid we went to high school with. I'm not going to name his name. We'll talk about it later.
I think I just heard of this.
Okay. He decided to go on a little bit of a break-in spree.
Yep.
He broke into an elementary school,
Yep.
stole a bunch of computers. Then his next stop was a dairy bar, which is on our lake, close to my house. Broke into there. I'm hoping he's like. So my thought is like, he's
Is it
like,
the one outside of West Marina? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So my thought is he's like, all right, I'm gonna go get all these tablets and pawn them, right, or pawn them or sell them, whatever. And it's like that's terrible. Like you're breaking into an elementary school,
What a piece of shit.
and what are you on? But then he's like, oh man, I could use some ice cream.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, what the fuck?
What are you getting out of a
What are
dairy
you
bar?
gonna get out of the dairy bar?
I'm sure there might be maybe there was a little.
Have they even
safe in
opened
there.
up?
Yeah, they're open.
Okay,
They're open.
So maybe a little bit of cash, but they're not busy yet.
$100.
Not like if you're going there July 4th weekend to break in and steal their cash, but right now they got fucking nothing. There's no cash in that
There's
place
cameras around that building. You can obviously
for
see.
sure.
And then after that, decided I'm gonna go to the local Dollar General. So this is like a straight path, like boom. Well, not really a straight path, but like following a road system back to where he lives. And then I'm gonna hit the local Dollar General and go in there and steal cartons of cigarettes.
Yeah.
Is what they said they found on him. Don't know what he got from the dairy bar. Probably just looked around, was hoping to find some cash or something.
Yeah.
I was just hoping maybe he went in there and was like, I'm gonna get some SpongeBob.
Yeah, maybe he got himself a little ice cream treat, dude.
It's like,
I mean, fuck, dude.
if I'm doing this, I might as well just commit to it.
So, yeah, I stole these tablets. If I get
Yeah.
away with it, I get away with it. If not, I'm gonna need an ice cream treat before I go to jail.
Yeah. And then was like, oh, you know what? I need to stop and get some smokes too.
Yeah.
And they're closed. So I'm just gonna go ahead and break into there as well and steal a few cartons of cigarettes.
Yeah. You want to know the coolest part about that?
What's that?
That dude installed that water heater.
Pretty sure it's him, but don't know 100%, but it seems it all matches up.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is his name rhyme with Schmeiler Schmaker?
yeah.
yeah. I don't give a fuck. I'll say his fucking name. It's Tyler fucking Baker.
Well,
dude.
it's on the news.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
on the news.
It's fucking Tyler fucking Baker. Yeah, he was in my house alone.
Right.
Actually, like, because I remember he was installing, like, I gotta go, I had to pick up Parker or something. I'll be back in like an hour. And so he was in my house alone for an hour.
Yeah.
And
And
luck-
if you listen to the podcast, Tyler,
Yeah.
what the
Hey.
hell are you doing, bro?
Yeah. Well, if you listen to the podcast, he did a shitty job of installing my water heater, too, because it was leaking gas, by the way. He basically set up a fucking bomb, so I had to go through, because I smelled it as soon as I walked down
Yeah.
there. So I went through with, like, soapy water, found the leak, tightened it up, and then he didn't even have a drain line because condensation drips out of it. He didn't even have that hooked up. It's like, so Texas like, well, what the fuck? I even tipped him like $200 too.
Oh, jeez.
I paid him well. Well, the thing is I remember asking on Facebook, and he's like, yeah, I do this shit all the time. I work for blah, blah. And I thought I was getting a company, but really he used to work for that company.
Yeah, Joe.
And instead of getting a professional, I got a guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is fine if he would have done it right. And now he goes on a fucking crime spree. It's like, man, that motherfucker was in my house. Maybe I should change my locks.
I was just like,
But I never gave him a key, at least. So, like, I shouldn't have to change my locks.
Hit 3 spots. Getting the laptop the tablets, like, they're not worth anything.
Right.
You're not. So you might get $20 a pop out of them if you're lucky. And then, like,
what kind of fucking tablets are we talking? Surface Pros, or are we talking like
I mean,
Samsung motherfuckers? Dude?
I mean, it's a small elementary school.
Yeah.
That's not. They're not spending hundreds of dollars on these things. Maybe, well, let's say it's a few $100 per.
Yeah.
At cost. Now they're worth $50
because they've been used for the last 5 years.
And who wants them?
Yeah, they're using like a Samsung Galaxy 8 tab or some
Right,
shit.
right.
You know what I mean? Like,
But I just love this. Like, I'm gonna stop at this dairy bar on the way and knock that place over. And this is all at like 3-4 a.m. too. You know, be your perfect
I
time.
wonder if somebody pissed him off at the dairy bar before he was like, "All right, fuck you guys."
I don't know. He's
Well,
probably.
then he would have like wrecked some shit. Did he wreck anything, or just go in and
Oh,
like?
I'm sure there's a lot of damage and stuff. You know, they had to close for a day because they had to deal with whatever happened in there.
Well, I'm sure the police had to come in and do an investigation and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And then the Dollar General, but it's just to get some smokes, maybe a pop. Who knows?
Dude, I don't know. What makes you just flip like that? And honestly, like, when you think about it, he did flip. He went off his rocker for a minute,
For sure.
because you don't just do shit like that. I get maybe if it was like a calculated event, like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking heist this place, and nobody's gonna ever know. You don't just start smashing and grabbing unless you're at the end of a fucking rope, or maybe it's drugs, or maybe it's this, or maybe it's a little bit of mentality thing. But something just fucking clicked in that dude's head, and he's like, you know what? This is mine. I'm taking it. And
Maybe it's he wants to go back to jail maybe he just wants to go to jail because he's just happier being in there than being out here because shit's just shitty.
was
out
he
here.
in jail before?
I'm gonna assume so.
Yeah.
Knowing his kind of track record, or whatever it is, maybe he just felt like he just needs to go to jail and get away from everything,
Yeah.
and screw normal life. I'll go in there for
Dude, oh, fuck that. I'd never want to
for
go back.
yeah, no, same. But maybe it's just like, hey,
If you haven't listened to previous episodes, I spent 7 days in jail for DUI, and I fucking hate it.
yeah.
It's not good. Don't do that.
Well, for some people, maybe there's so much stress going on out here. It's like if I go in there and once I walk out, like, your maybe your dick gets consolidated, like all kinds of stuff just disappears that you had in the outside world. It kind of just okay.
Still,
I mean, I don't know, but I just maybe some people need that simplicity.
How about instead of that, just move to a different town? You know what I mean? Like go somewhere, sell it all, pawn it all off, pawn off what you got. Don't don't go to the elementary school and pawn off their $20 fucking tablets.
I mean, if it's me, I'm just gonna open up as many credit cards as I can with as much limit as I can, as fast as I can.
Yeah.
And then just go blow it on a bunch of stupid shit. And
then what's the worst can happen? You go bankrupt.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? You're not going to throw you in jail for that.
No.
They're not going to throw you in jail for that. They're not going to kill you for that. You just
I'm gonna have
max out some cards.
Well, like a 50 credit score and never be able to get a loan for anything or get another credit card again.
But by then you've restarted your life.
I had a damn good time.
Yeah, you definitely had a damn good time. That's how you do it. Well, maybe he likes smashing things.
Get all the cash advance. You just put that in a safe somewhere and be like, I'm going to open a safety deposit box, put like 10 grand in here. And then I'm going to go ruin my life real quick.
Yeah.
By going to a bunch of trips and paying for everything until all your credit cards get shut off and everything. But,
Yeah, and then you go do that off-grid living shit.
Yeah.
Maybe in all that spending frenzy, you bought a little piece of land, you put a single wide trailer on there, and then just fucking hang out, dude. You know what I mean?
Let's move to Mexico.
You got dude. You got 10, 20 grand in cash from all the cash advances.
Yeah.
You go to Mexico and be a king.
Yeah, at least for like a year, and then you can like go back and then deal with it later or whatever.
Yeah.
Or get a new identity.
Mexico's a great idea. You could get cash advance on like 5 credit cards. Probably run down in the Mexico with like 20 grand.
Right.
And retire. you know what I mean? Like,
you at least got a few years of chilling if you play it out right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you still probably try to find a job, be a fucking bartender or something.
Yeah, but like
Go
I'm gonna go to this resort, this American resort. Because typically they have like a American facing
Somebody here
resort.
needs to speak English.
Right. And
So
we're like, hey,
I'm your guy.
I worked in restaurants for a long time.
Yeah.
You need a manager. I'm your guy. And I'm like, all
Yeah.
right, cool. Yeah, we'll
Leave me
hire you.
down there fucking drinking margaritas, banging senoritas, fucking having a ball of a time, dude.
You can just do whatever you want. So.
And then you come up with like, I am El Blanco. like, call me El Blanco, the white.
And I feel, and I feel people always make it out scary. Like, oh, if you live in this bad place, you're going to get, and, you might get shanked or something. But
So
something
what?
like that. Once you're there long enough, I feel like you make enough friends and you'll be
fuck.
all right.
I mean,
You might have to learn Spanish. That would probably help.
I mean, it's either you're gonna get shanked in Mexico or you're gonna get shanked in Chicago. You know what I mean? Like,
In prison.
actually, in Chicago, you'll probably get shot.
You might get shanked in prison because if
Yeah.
you do enough stupid crimes, then you're going to get in hardcore prison.
Yeah,
and not-
yeah. Instead of maxing out credit cards and going to Mexico, you decide to smash and grab some Dollar Generals and a fucking dairy bar in a school. Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
probably gonna get shanked in jail because you fucked over them kids.
Yeah, I just think it's just funny. I was like, a school, a dairy bar, and a Dollar General.
Yeah, and that motherfucker was in my house.
How if you hit you started with the lowest place you could possibly hit an elementary.
Yeah, what
Then
a
you're like-
fucking asshole.
And then you're like, I need a sweet treat.
Yeah, I need me an ice cream sandwich. Yeah, give me a little SpongeBob with the bubblegum eyeballs.
Yeah. And then let me then. Oh, I need some smokes. Let me go to the Dollar General.
Now I need a cigarette.
All of these places have cameras, but especially the Dollar General, has got cameras.
Did it
everywhere.
say how they caught him? Like, was there a?
Oh, they just checked the footage and like saw him, got his plate off his car.
But I mean, like they just went to his house and like, hey,
yeah, he was at
he was
home.
like, what? Smoking a cigarette, eating ice cream and shit, playing on his tablet, playing Candy Crush.
Let's see. It says.
So he didn't even try to like run. He just like did it.
It
Like,
says a search warrant was obtained for Baker's vehicle and house. Authorities said they found cartons of cigarettes believed to be stolen from the Dollar Generals, along with Chromebooks from Tusky Valley Elementary. He was arrested and booked. Formal felony charge are expected to be filed against him.
what a fucking asshole.
I mean, maybe it was just that toasted that it was just like,
Yeah, I mean, drugs make you do weird things sometimes. But I mean, that's speculation.
right,
You know, we don't want him coming after us for slander or anything. You know,
right.
but yeah,
I
yes.
said maybe some people just want to go back to jail or go to jail to make things easier in their life, and decided I'll just do what I want right now.
Yeah.
Or he thought he was going to get away with it somehow, but there was cameras everywhere. So
Right. Yeah, I mean that he could have been delusional and thought like, oh, nobody's ever.
these cameras.
Nobody
don't
gives a
work.
shit
Nobody
about the
can see.
school. Nobody gives a
Yeah.
shit about the dairy bar and fucking Dollar General. Like, did he even try to wear a mask or anything?
Yeah, if you wear a mask and
Like
take
some
your
gloves?
license plates off, like
Bro, like, what the fuck is he doing?
nobody would probably know. They're not going to search that hard for you from taking some Chromebooks, hitting a dairy bar, and stealing
Yeah.
some cartons of cigarettes.
Yeah, because I've gotten shit stolen off me, and they didn't collect fingerprints out of my truck, and there was no camera footage, and they're like, yeah, well, we probably won't catch the guy, but at least we got a report. If we find any of this stuff, we'll let you know. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
cool, thanks.
they're like, "Oh, he's going to do crime again." And once we catch him in that, it's like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
never. It's
But
a
no,
petty.
if you're
It's a petty
fucking-
theft. So
If you're,
that's not.
if you're an asshole enough where you don't even
Yeah.
wear a mask and you don't wear your gloves and you don't, and you're driving your own car, yeah, what a fucking dummy, dude.
Well, it's obviously not very planned out then, right? It's
Yeah.
kind of like, yeah, I'm just doing this.
Yeah,
I'm just doing this because I'm either pissed, maybe a girlfriend or wife pissed him off, and he's like,
could be.
he's like, screw it, I'm gonna go do a bunch of stupid shit and then see how she feels.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
The
yeah,
funny thing is about that dude too is I heard there's I'm not gonna tell the full story, but there was a chick that blew him up on Facebook for sending her very inappropriate messages.
that'll happen.
Which that was fucking funny. Even then, I was like, "Oh my god, I let that dude in my fucking house." Even then, I was like, "Oh man, that guy was in my house," and now all this, I'm like, "Oh fuck,
Yeah,
he was
Now you're
standing
only-
right over there, dude."
Now you're only hiring professionals,
Right over there. That's where my water heater is. It's right over there. He was in this room
You can tighten your security up.
before it was a fucking podcast room, dude. Like, yeah. So
in a year.
yeah.
I feel like it's gonna have a year to think about it. Maybe 6 months. We'll
Well,
see.
and that's the thing too. Is I mean, the only thing he could have done is case joined. I never gave him a key or anything. So it's like I got cameras and shit.
Yeah, what's he really? I mean,
My security's like a
what's he really want out of your house? I mean, a
right.
TV. I mean, that's
My kids' tablets.
kids' tablets apparently. Yeah.
My kids' tablets and my wife's cigarettes, and we got ice cream in the freezer over there. God damn it!
He's got one-stop shop now.
Yeah, I'm
Laid
surprised
out.
he didn't just come here. We have all 3 things he needed, dude.
But yeah, so
Anyway,
we were on that story for a while, but yeah, I thought that was kind of funny because it was just local. And
Yeah.
I'm like, elementary school, an ice cream
in
shop,
local-
and a
in
Dollar
local news,
General.
yeah. What a douchebag. All right, I got a fun thing to talk about. Well, I don't know if it's fun, but do you ever get like random text messages from an unknown number, and they're like, "Hey, how's it going?" And you're like, "I don't know who this is. Like, is this not George?" Or they name a different name.
Mm.
Like, no, I'm sorry. My name's Steve or whatever. I don't know who you are. And then they kind of keep, well, that's fun. Crazy. We met this way. Maybe we should chat. Blah, 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 blah. You know?
Yeah.
And then they always turn into, so I've played along with the game twice, and it's always a very attractive Asian woman. And the one lived in LA and the other one lived in New York, right?
Sure.
And so I just kind of entertained it, like, and then I stopped talking to it. But still, it was like so weird. And then so finally, it's like, so what's? Because I know it's a scam.
Right.
It's coming from somewhere. It's going to
100%
happen
scam,
somewhere.
yeah.
So I finally Googled it, and it's called they nicknamed it the pig butchering scam. And both the times that I played along with it fit this to a T. They start talking to you. They become your friends. They're interested in your job. They're interested in what you do, and it's kind of nice. Like, oh my god, it's almost like I have a pen pal, like a little chat buddy or whatever. This is kind of neat. And then they start talking to you about cryptocurrency, and then they want you to invest in their. Like, oh, I'm very successful in crypto. You could, if you give me money, I can invest it for you, and make you money since we're friends. And it's like, no, I'm not going to give you fucking money.
Right. Yeah. I don't know you.
Which they've both talked to me about crypto. And just because I knew, I kind of had a feeling where this is going, both of them, I was like, yeah, dude, I'm very successful. So I was like, oh, dude, I do crypto all the time. I got a shitload of money in crypto, and it's doing very well. And they're like, oh, very nice. And then they kind of stopped talking to me. But like,
Right.
so that's I guess that's the whole scam, is that they try to become your friend, and then they try to switch you over to like WhatsApp Messenger too, because they don't have the money or the minutes for the actual phone number that they're using. So they switch you over to WhatsApp because they can do it from like a laptop or over Wi-Fi, any of that shit.
Just as long as you have
Yeah.
Wi-Fi or something is international,
Which
for free.
because I use WhatsApp a lot for work because we travel international and stuff.
Yeah.
And so like that's even the one lady, I don't even know fucking who, if it was a real woman or not. But I was talking to her on
No,
WhatsApp.
definitely not.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not. And but yeah, so then apparently that's how they rope you. So just a public service announcement: if you get a text message from a random number, they're probably gonna ask you for money.
Well, yeah. I mean, that goes for anything.
Yeah, but no,
Facebook's terrible for that. Like people always like
some people
add
are
you
dumb
as a
enough to
friend.
fall for it.
Yeah.
Somebody, if people weren't falling for it, they wouldn't keep doing
Oh
it.
no, there's a lot of lonely people out there that
Right.
will easily do stupid shit. But Facebook's good for that too. Like people add you as a friend, and a lot of times, like somebody added me, and I just go through and I just hit confirm, confirm, confirm. Like I barely even look at it. I'm like, oh
Right.
yeah, I know them, or it's like, oh, they're friends with my friends, whatever. So I'll just like a lot of times I don't add it because it's like, well, one with the podcast, I'm like, I'll just build up our numbers. It doesn't matter, followers,
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you get a Facebook message. It's like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, do I know you? And they're like, no, but I just randomly found you on here, and I just thought maybe we could be friends. And then I'm like, block.
Yeah, I want to be your friend.
I'm like, well, okay, sure. And then I look at their profile, and it's just like all dudes, like skinny pictures, and I'm like, yeah, oh,
because they're like a hot chick, you know?
yeah.
And then it's so funny when you see all your friends that are friends with them, like, you fucking sucker, dude.
Nerds. Like this isn't even real. Like,
Like who's giving this bitch money? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I see those people that I know giving her probably money. Like,
Yeah.
you fucking
The
losers.
best thing sometimes is if you like scroll down through their feed too, because I'm like, this is a real person. Like, let me scroll their feed,
Yeah.
and it's just pictures of hot chick, and then all of a sudden it like turns into like a dude. So they like stole somebody's profile,
Yeah.
changed it to be like a chick, and then but like at the very bottom it's just like a dude taking pictures. Like, it's like, yeah. But yeah, no, it goes with everything. Like
And so,
the IRS phone calls and all that
so,
shit.
and that's the thing is, I like to fuck with them every once in a while.
Yeah, it's fun.
because I'm bored, you
Yeah.
know. And the one time, I was like, "Hey, do I know you?" Blah blah blah. No, oh, must have got their number mixed up or something. Can we be friends? What's your name? I'm like, my name is Jose. And then I was like, actually, no, wait, that's my last name. First name is No Way. So I was like, No Way Jose. I don't know. I thought it was funny. I stole that joke from Dave at work, and I thought it was hilarious, and they stopped talking to me. So I thought, like, they don't even have a sense of humor.
Yeah. Oh no. Once you start messing with them, they're immediately hanging up.
There's,
I got a call from. It sounded like an Indian woman, and she's calling me, and she's like, "Hey, yeah," and you can hear nothing but commotion in the background with like thousands of, hundreds of people in this room, thousands of people in this room calling. So you just hear people in the background talking on the phone. She's like, "I just want to let you know that," reading straight from the script.
Yeah.
And like you can barely hear her because there's so much noise. I just want to let you know that you qualify for a loan and you can get up to $10,000 right now with no hassle, no cost, no fees, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, hell yeah. I'm like, I need that money so bad. Here's my route. You ready for my routing and bank account information? And she's like, what? And I'm like, I'm going to throw you my routing number right now. You ready? Ready? Got a pen and paper? And she's like, sir, I'm like, hang on. Here it is. And I start like rambling off numbers, and she just immediately hangs up.
isn't that what you wanted? Yeah.
I'm like, oh, shit, come on, that's what you wanted.
Yeah.
But no, they want gift cards from Walmart.
Yeah. Like, oh, you owe the IRS money, and we'll be able to figure that out for you if you give us $200 in Target gift cards.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that make sense?
Right.
The government shops at Target? Like, get out of town.
If you just give us $200, then it's fine. But
Apparently,
it's easier if you just do it in a gift card.
I've seen this as a meme too on a lot of sites that so if you type this to them after a while of them, it's Oloribu Omo Ofo.
Okay.
It's some kind of curse in their language, and they take it very seriously. And they get
headed child.
Yeah, and they really do not like that. So like I've seen a lot of people do screenshots of like them of like Nigerian scammer and shit where they say I'm not gonna go through Reddit right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, if you say that to them, like in the text thread, you play along or whatever, and they're like, "No, we need these Target gift cards," and you're like, you type that out, and they're like, "Fuck you! I hope you burn in hell."
Like it's so mad.
But at the same rate, it's almost like they know that and you strung them along the entire time. It's like that one dude that
wasting
fucking
their time.
Yeah, it's like that one dude that poses like an old lady, and then he ends up hacking them and stealing their money and shit. And they're like, "Fuck you!"
Those are the best when they're like hacking their computers and doing all the things.
Yeah,
and transferring money to themselves, and like they're losing their minds because they're transferring like, "Oh, there, I just put it in." They're like, "You did that in your account. No, you didn't do it."
You didn't transfer. You took it. Well, I don't know. Yeah, that's like, you know how you love to see street justice. I love to see internet justice.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
like I just love it when that karma bullet bites. You know,
Right.
It's so fucking dope.
It's
satisfying.
beautiful, especially because there's so many people trying to just like scam you, hack you, do all the things to you. I mean, it's just terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you wonder how many old people and gullible people have just been hosed by it.
He's been feeding them fucking money for so long. Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, it obviously works, or else they wouldn't keep doing it.
Somebody's doing it. Somebody's dumb enough.
All right, what else? I want to talk about this. Times is tough, man.
Times is tough.
Times is tough. Everything's getting expensive.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Times is tough. You know, well, I mean, everything's a little more pricey than it was a couple years ago.
Inflation's way up.
Gas sucks. Price of cars, houses. Everybody's bitching about it. But this one, I'm a little bit furious about this.
Oh man, what we got?
It's let me double check and make sure. Fucking Subway changed their thing from $5 footlong to $6 6-inch.
Son of a bitch.
What kind of world are we living in? where you can't get a shitty sandwich for $5 anymore.
Well, you can't. I mean, it's just so the what is it? The burrito tacos at Taco Bell or what? The Cantina
Yeah.
tacos. I about shit my pants. Well, afterwards, but before I run through Taco Bell and I'm like, yeah, my wife had them and she's like, oh, they're really good. You should try them. And I'm like, you know what? I don't get a lot of fast food. I'm gonna run through this Taco Bell. I'm gonna try these damn tacos.
Yeah.
Right. Getting all the commercials for them. I'm like, let's see what it's about. I get to number 11, whatever. It's 2 tacos, some nachos and cheese.
Right.
I didn't even know what was in it. I'm just going to try it. Just give me that 11. But then I got it. And it's 2 tacos. They like melt some cheese on the outside of it. And I just imagine like these things already came like ready. And I don't know how they do it, but it's like, I open it up. I open up the taco, and there's like the tiniest amount of chicken in the, and this could be just this Taco Bell I went through. You know, it could be
Maybe
better
that
than
guy,
locations.
maybe that employee sucks.
Just like barely covering the bottom of the shell and a little bit of cheese inside it, and that's it. There's nothing else inside of it. I'm
Yeah.
like, is there supposed to be like lettuce, tomato, and it, like, what the hell? And of course, I don't go back and bitch or anything. I just eat it. And the outside did taste good. You know, it's a little new, and they had some kind of avocado salsa that's pretty decent.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty decent, like a Verde or whatever. But it was freaking $10.85 for it, or $10.11 for 2 tacos with barely any chicken in them, nachos and cheese, and a medium Diet Pepsi. And I'm like, I just paid $10 for that shit?
Right.
That was pathetic.
Yeah.
And that's just like you're saying, with the $6 6-inch sub.
Yeah.
Where we at? Where we at? Come on.
Yeah. What the fuck is going on here? They said it's actually 6 inches, $6.
6 inches, 6. I mean,
Yeah. That's fucking dumb.
that's what I charge.
Yeah. Yeah. and I give it to you twice.
Hey. But yeah, no. Yeah, where we at? I don't know.
Dude, and it's dumb too. Like, the guy I traveled with in the airport, he spent $21 on a piece of coffee cake and a large frappe from Starbucks.
Ooh.
It's not his money; it's expense through the company.
Right.
But still, even when you're spending somebody else's money, you feel bad. You know what I mean? Like you just feel bad. Like
Piece of cake and a shitty coffee. I mean,
yeah,
I'm not a Starbucks coffee guy.
I'm not either. I don't get it.
They burn the shit out of their beans, and it tastes like it. And
Yeah.
people go nuts for it. And I think it's all the rest of the stuff that goes with it. And it's
Well,
great marketing.
Not even great. Well, I wonder. It probably is great marketing. They talk to these influencers and shit. Like that's all that is. Like we look at places like Crumble Cookies or like all these different restaurants and things that are popular. It's because influencers say it's popular. Like my kids, they went wild. They're like, oh my god, there's a Five Guys here in Canton. Why don't we ever go? I'm like, no, because it's not that great. I mean, it's good, but it's not great. Like, well,
Right.
that's the YouTuber guy that I watched loves it. He said it's the best thing in the world. So we want to go there. I was like, all right, I guess we will. But like, if it wasn't for fucking YouTube, you never even know what the fuck Five Guys is.
Right. Yeah. The advertising has changed a lot. I mean, obviously, I went to Taco Bell because I saw
Yeah.
enough of this Cantina menu. And
Yeah, where he used to just be getting kids hooked with toys and a Happy Meal. Now it's like getting kids hooked from YouTubers.
right.
And-
Yeah. I think more of the influencers and the social media is definitely pushing that a lot.
Yeah.
And these companies know that because they're not dumb. At least some of them aren't dumb.
Just
They're,
make us influencers. We'll plug your fucking product for sure. I'll sell out. I don't give a fuck.
I mean,
I love Five Guys.
the hymns and the boner pills have hit a whole new level on these influencers too. Like you see nonstop commercials for that
Yeah.
shit too. And maybe that's directed at me. I don't know. I
I
got no problem. I'm talking about,
Yeah.
and different things like that. But
It's definitely directed at you. And then the one that I get offended by is like, oh, these T-shirts won't make you look like a fat dude. I'm like, what the fuck? I know. I got a little bit of a belly, and
too bad.
and now you have to market towards me. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's still gonna make you look fat.
Yeah, I'm still gonna be fat. The
doesn't-
t-shirt doesn't change anything.
Right.
You know.
Ooh, look at this guy with all these hot chicks now. He's wearing a shirt. What happens when he pops that shirt off?
Yeah, I put this shirt on and magically my cholesterol lowered. What? Like, no, dude, I'm still a fat fuck. Fuck off. Yeah. I know the problem. It's not the fucking t-shirt. It's the beer.
Cantina
Yeah,
Taco
it's-
Bell and 6-inch subs.
Yeah, it's all the fucking booze I drink, probably, and the carbs. That's not the fucking t-shirt.
It's all the $5 footlongs I used to
Yeah.
eat. Maybe they're
Well-
just looking out for us, you know? Maybe they're just like, hey, you know what? You only need 6-inch
Yeah.
now, man.
Yeah, dude, that's it. That's it. Like, you
Come
don't-
on, bro.
You don't want a $12 footlong. You want a 6-inch, $6 6-inch.
Because there's not a lot of times I saved the other half of that footlong. That
No.
footlong got destroyed.
Yeah, the lie is saying I'm gonna save this for later. Technically, 5 minutes later is later.
Right.
But
You ate it and you're sitting there like, you know what? Maybe I just want a couple more bites on this
more
one.
bites of that. And then once you have a couple more bites, it's like, well, I can't. Now there's not enough to save for later, so I might as well finish it.
Right.
You know. So,
Might as well always took that 12-inch bun and cut 2 inches off the end too, because that was like pointless. It wasn't filled with anything.
yeah, yeah,
They just because they work from the
yeah.
middle.
Whatever is in there, just like push it in and then cut the
Yeah.
the butts off.
Get you a good 8-inch sub.
Yeah, you get a packed 8-inch instead of a skimpy ends of 12-inch.
Oh, where's this world going? What did they do to us?
It's going to hell in a handbasket. Yeah, what did they do to us? What is this world coming to? I always love that. I always love that phrase, that terminology, and I feel like it's an old man terminology. And I don't think I'm old enough yet to use it properly or all the time. But it's like, it's going to hell in a handbasket.
Hell in a handbasket.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like in a basket? Like what?
Yeah,
Yeah. So that's where it's
we're getting
going.
there.
Yeah.
We're getting there. We're
One of
getting
these
old
days,
enough.
I'll wake up and it'll make sense. Like, God damn it, it is hell in a handbasket. And then that's when I get my AARP card.
Social security checks disappear.
Yeah, the Social Security checks I'll never get because it'll be spent before I.
We're already at that point too, where it's like, we're never gonna get it, and it's like there'll be something.
Yeah,
If we have to go rob you kids, it'll be something.
yeah. Well, even if I gotta go hit the
If I
fucking.
gotta hit the elementary school and the dairy bar and the Dollar General.
That's what it was. He was making a statement about how fucking Social Security, he's never gonna get it.
Right.
We turned him into a piece of shit when really he was making a political stance.
That's what it
A
was.
very smart,
Yeah.
calculated political stance. He
Yeah.
was standing up to the man.
The dairy bar probably took their pizza burger to like $10 a
That's
pop.
what it was. Yeah.
You know, it used to be $5, now it's 10.
Yep.
The elementary school was probably charging way too much for these
For the tablets.
Yeah. Maybe his kid broke one, and they're like, "Oh, you got to pay us $500." Like the thing's only worth like
And then
$50,
he's like-
and he's like, "You know what? I'm gonna go steal them
He's
all."
like, guess what? No, I got 12.
Yeah.
You know?
And then he's like,
And
"Dairy
the cigarettes
bar."
are astronomical.
He went and took all the pizza burgers out of that place. Like,
Yep.
you know what? If you're gonna charge me that, I'm gonna take the whole case.
Mhm.
And then cigarette price keeps going up, and he's
Dude.
like, "You know what?
He was just standing up to the man.
Just standing up.
You
That's
know
it."
what? We praise you. Good for you, Tyler Baker.
We solved
praise you. We praise you. Start wearing a T-shirt that says "Free Tyler Baker." Just
Stand it up.
Yeah.
Cigarette prices
He's
at Dollar
standing up-
General are
standing up against
ridiculous.
the man. That's what it was.
They're $2 more a pack than at the gas station. I don't know if that's true.
I'm gonna go down and put some money in his commissary and talk to him on the phone. You do the video conference. They'd be like, "Yeah, no, I was just cracked out."
I'm gonna video conference him. That's like the tablet.
Dude.
I'm gonna buy him an ice cream and a pack of cigarettes.
We should get him on the podcast through the jail phone
God.
thing.
I don't know if he's gonna agree to that,
I would love it.
or he's already listening to us going in there. He's like,
I don't think
I can watch.
they don't get podcasts.
No, this is our only viewers. They stream straight to person.
Dude, I would love that. I would love that. I want to talk to the person who's out there. Were you fighting against a man, or are you just an
Just
asshole?
cracked out.
Or are you just an asshole? Was it
No,
drugs
just
or drugs or a political statement? Tell me right now. Like, but,
All right. Do you have anything else you want to?
no, dude. I think I'm pretty set for the week. We covered a lot of territory there.
We did. We did. It was a very interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe not the most appealing to everybody because it was more of a local situation. Some stuff,
but it's still funny.
Yeah.
Anyone could relate to that situation. We all know a friend, or no, maybe not a friend. We all have an acquaintance out there that turned rogue and robbed a school and a dairy bar. And
And if you're listening to this in Florida, you're like, dude, that happens on like every Tuesday.
that's my cousin. Yeah.
Or Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then, F you, Subway. You're not letting people have a good time with 6 inches. Come on.
Everybody can relate to that.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that lets people have a good time with 6 inches.
Idiots.
But did you have a damn good time?
I had a damn good time. Did you have a damn good time?
I did have a damn good time.
Awesome.
And we hope that you guys had a damn good time as well. Be sure to click and do all the things and catch us every week. We've been putting a lot more shit on TikTok and stuff. So if you want to see clips of the shows, things like that, check us out there. But yeah, you'll find us all over the place. Anywhere. And if we're not somewhere you want us to be, let us know. We'll be there. We'll be there.
Or you're just weird.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm probably the only person in the fucking world that used Google Podcasts
Right.
and listen to podcasts on there, and then they just stopped doing that
It's
one.
like we're done.
Now it's all on YouTube Music, when it's like, and I hate the fucking so now I gotta find a new podcast. Hey, whatever you guys are listening to podcasts on, other than Apple, let me know.
Spotify.
I fucking hate Spotify though too. I don't like that app.
What?
I don't like it.
All right. Anyways,
Either way, hey,
to a damn good time.
to a damn good time. Love you, brother.
Click like, subscribe, tell your grandma about us.
We love you guys too. Cheers.
Oh.